Alright, let's talk about Disenchantment. So, I kind of didn't watch this show. I really haven't watched a lot of Matt Groening's other works. I've watched quite a bit of The Simpsons. I've seen The Simpsons movie, some of the episodes, but very few. I am a fan, I would say, but I need to watch more. But a lot of those older Simpsons episodes, people forget that they're kind of actually dated. Kind of the references, some of the audio was kind of bad because of the budget they had and things like that, and some of the technology involved, just, but they're not bad episodes. I'm just saying they're, and how many seasons there are of the show, it's kind of hard to get into now. Like, I know it gets bad up to a certain point, but up to one point, stuff like that. And Futurama, just haven't watched it yet. I've tried to watch at least the first episode. I'll finish it, and what I'll do is I'll do a video similar to The Office, where I did like my thoughts on the series overall. I want to do that with King of the Hill too, because I'm actually going to record the one about King of the Hill right after this one, because I do like, doing that format too, where I'm just talking about my thoughts overall on a show. Then episode by episode reviews. Also, when a show is as long as like Futurama, stuff like that, it's kind of hard to go episode by episode. So yeah. So I'm gonna do my first impressions on Disenchantment, then I will finish the series, and then I'll go through, and then we'll do my 2 cents on the series. I did not like this. I like the show actually. I think I've watched a lot of reviews, heard a lot of reviews, and they're like, it's too similar to Matt Groening's other works. And I definitely see parallels. Like, I find it weird that Elfo's design is literally Bart Simpson. Like, it's just Bart Simpson. I find that really awkward to look at. You can tell there's a lot of pop culture references. I don't really think there's too many fantasy parodies, to be honest. Okay, I know that they're a little bit more common, but they're not as many as you think. And this has some interesting things. The princess who just doesn't want to be a princess is like in every Disney movie now, which is, but I get what they're doing, but it's really bad here. And this episode is really poorly paced. Like, Elfo kind of changes all of a sudden in between moments of the episode, and his whole plot line moves incredibly slow. Like, it's just like all of a sudden stop for a gag. Like, the story shouldn't stop to tell a gag. It should be the story keeps moving with gags in between. It just stops. Like, it comes to a halt at certain points to tell a gag, then it moves, and it's really dumb. And I mean, even Elfo's point is like, well, okay, he's going to end up at the castle at this point. Like, I knew it was going to happen, but they moved it so incredibly slow. Pacing was horrible. And then the next episode, not the next episode, but it's just, I'm sorry, she's just, I kind of get a sense for where she's coming from, but heard she does not get better. Hoping it does, but doesn't really, from where her character could go, it could go either way. And I'm not a fan of the character currently right now. Lucy, the little demon, is actually great. The voice acting on that character, and just the design, the way he speaks, and just his dialogue, it's all great stuff. John DiMaggio is the king. It has the funniest lines, like, in the show, at least in this episode. He's really, really funny. I think it's King Gristle. I liked him a lot as that character. It's kind of cool. He was funny. I didn't like certain characters. I didn't like the pacing. That was my main problem. These episodes are like Simpsons episodes, stretched out to almost like 40 minutes. 40 minutes. A little too long. Like, it's ridiculously long. My problem with Netflix is, like, all their shows, they don't have to constrict, there's a reason every show is like 22 minutes episodes. It's because they had to like put in commercials and things like that. And so they had to construct it to that time limit. Well, Netflix doesn't have to do that. Yet I watch a lot of their shows, and a lot of their shows I'm like, why is this so long? You don't have to make it this long. No one's making you make it this long. It's just because you don't know how to properly pace something. It's like, it's weird to me that, Netflix is a really cool idea, but they don't take advantage of all the cool things that their service offers and opportunities it does. And I think this is a acceptable show. I think it's entertaining. I'll definitely watch more. It has potential to get better, though, which that's what I'm interested in. Does it get better? Because even The Simpsons, I heard, was like not very good in its earlier seasons, and it does not look very good in its earlier seasons. Like the first season and second season, stuff like that. I heard from second season onward it gets a little bit better, and then about season 8 or 9, I don't even know. That's what happens when your show runs too long. You just don't know. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like Netflix. I just wish that this show wasn't so poorly paced. I'm thinking it'll get better. We'll see how it gets better. I'll talk about the newer episodes. But kind of see why this show wasn't the most loved. I can see that there's a fan base, and I can see how people get into it, because it is entertaining, and there's some funny gags, and it's not that bad. It's not like it's, oh my gosh, this show is horrible, don't watch this show. No, if you want to, it's really no harm, but it's not really anything special from what I'm gathering currently. And, it may get better, who knows.